y'all? It's Tamara Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another crochet video, y'all. It's crochet time. So the crochet that I'm gonna try to do today, y'all, is totally different. I took down the bomb twist that I had in. I'll insert a picture here. And I'm basically using some hair that I had when I was gonna do the individual, what were they called? Some individual twists. So I'm going to use that hair. So I've never used this curl pattern before. Y'all know how I am if you've been watching my crochet videos, how I am. I guess I try to stay on the safe side, if that makes sense. Safe side with my lifestyle and all that kind of stuff, because if I don't like it, I'm gonna take it right back out. And y'all know these crochets is a lot of work, so I gotta be ready for it. So this is my pattern, y'all. It was kind of one of those lazy days today. I really didn't feel like braiding my hair up, and then I noticed that because I'm not a braider, that the beginnings of my braids, or my braids, end up being loose about the second week of my crochet. So I did the rubber band method, just half my hair. I did it at the top, and then this is what it looks like in the back. So I just braided it down in the back, but I used the rubber band method at the top. So the hair that I'm going to use today is the FREETRESS Water Wave. Of course, most of the FREETRESS hair comes in 22 inches. So I'm going back to my old faithful number 2 and number 4 mixture. So this curl pattern is like a water wave. It's a wavy look. So I'm nervous to see like how it's gonna look on me. So the hair is soft, y'all. I'm wondering how it will look if I cut it in half. Y'all know I usually cut them in half to put them in. So I may do that. Reminds me of the Brazilian twist I had of Kima, but you know the Kima hair is more on the yaki side, so I do like that about it. But the curl pattern reminds me of that. So if you go back a couple videos, or I will put it in the eye in the sky up here and try to link it down below if you haven't seen that video. Of what that texture looks like. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna take just a little bit and cut it in half to see how that looks. I'm hoping I can still get the half look, because I don't really need it all the way down. I'm not ready for that yet. But if that's what y'all like, then of course don't cut it in half. So yeah, so I know a lot of y'all have done crochets before, so I'm not gonna take you through all of that. But for those of you who are trying to explore crochets for the first time, it's really simple once you get the hang of it, and it's just the time involved. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half, and I leave the rubber band on and then just cut it right here, and then you end up with pieces like this, that when you crochet it, of course it'll be even more half. So let's get to it. So it's been about 30 minutes, maybe 30, 40 minutes. And this is where I am so far. So the hair is pretty soft, you know, it's going in well. And this is what the back looks like. So I'm moving along. I'm trying to remember to space it out. I always try to preach that in my videos, you know, space it out when you think you don't have enough back there and it's see-through or whatever. But by the time you continue to add hair, you know, it's just gonna grow, get bigger and bigger, and you just don't want it to be real big in the back. So I'm still on the first pack of the number 2 and the first pack of the number 4. So the hair is, it expands. And I'll just try to show you, like, just by pulling it apart. I've been pulling it apart maybe 2 or 3 times, or splitting it up 2 or 3 times to put it in. And I'm left with like these smaller pieces, in which I'll probably use like towards the front. So you kind of want to use the smaller pieces in the front, but if you can get away with using larger pieces towards the back and stuff, because you really can't see it, and then it helps fill it up some, then you can do that. But the only thing that you have to worry about with using bigger pieces is that it can unravel. So you may have to tie a knot or something like that, just depending on the size. So if you notice that you put a thicker piece in and it starts to unravel, then that is too big. But you can keep it, you just may have to knot it a little bit. I've got just this left to do. I feel like Donna Summer right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna finish up this little bit and hoping, I mean, I didn't do, what y'all think? Did I do back half? Where's our back half? Y'all know I'll be working on that. So hopefully it's not. So I just gotta finish out this side, and then all of this is gonna come over to this side. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, y'all, I'm done. And now I'm trying to figure out how, you see these little, you know, you can see these little areas. I'll probably fill those in so you can't see my parts or whatever from my rubber band. But now I'm trying to figure out how to cut it. This hair with pulling it apart is frizzy. So I usually get my spray bottle, wet it down, and then go in and cut it. But right now I'm just pulling, you know, the little dead hair, as you call it, out. Once I get that out, and then I can actually like put the hair how I want to. Make sure I've covered all areas. And then I'm gonna start cutting. So I like it. I'm not gonna cut it as short as I usually do. And I do have more hair to fill in some areas so I can have a little height right here. I like to have a little height right here without having to pull the hair apart. So I just need to add some hair. I kind of went easy on adding the hair right here so it wouldn't be so heavy. But I usually end up having my hair like about, you know, right here. So I'm just gonna see how I want to wear it. Just play with it, pull the dead hair out, and then I'm gonna start cutting. So I've sprayed it down with the spray bottle. I feel that it helps me, maybe not everybody else, but me, when I go to cut it, especially if you have hair that's like frizzy or that you can pull it apart like the other hair I mentioned. So I just spray it down, wet it, and I feel like it makes it easier for me to work with it. Of course, you can put some mousse in it after you get done. So I've already framed my face with this side. I think this is the length that I'm gonna go with. So I feel that the way that I'm cutting it, it looks natural. Now this is just for me. You can wear it long or however you want to, but this is just the go-to for me. So let me go ahead and cut this while it's working on me, y'all. So you have to be mindful when if you do cut the hair in half like I did, that there are going to be blunt edges from how the hair is divided into. So you have to make sure that you, even if you don't want to, that you're going to have to cut those, you know, that hair off, just so you can get rid of that blunt edge. So I'm not going to cut as much off on this side because I did sort of a deep part. So if I cut it a whole lot, then I will lose the bulk of my hair over here because it's not as much. The bulk of it is on the other side. So all I do is I feel it when I cut it. Like, I really don't have another way to explain it. I'm sure y'all will. You know your style, so you'll kind of feel how you want to cut it or whatever. But this is just what I do. I just go in like this right here. It's one of those blunt ends that I was telling y'all about. I don't know if y'all can see that. So even if I didn't want to cut it, I've got to angle. And I angle my cuts, y'all. Don't ever go in and chop like that. Just angle it down. And so like this long piece, I'm just gonna angle it down. And I've got a lot of blunt edge ends over here that I'm just gonna go in and angle so that I can cut down. And of course, if you like the length that I have, but you maybe want it just a little longer, then don't cut your hair in half and then just start, you know, trimming it down to this length. But, you know, I like mine a little short, so that's why I'm okay with cutting mine in half when I first start. But like I said, if you like it longer like this, but longer, then that's when you would not cut yours in half when you first begin, and then you just cut up until, you know, especially if you like it like right here, you just cut up because 20 inches is really long. So you just continue to cut until you get to your desired length. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna continue to cut because I hadn't even touched the back yet. So try to get rid of some of these blunt ends or whatever, but I'm liking the cut so far. Like I said, I'm just gonna create some volume so that I don't have to pull it apart, because like I said, this hair frizzes. So you do have to learn, you know, how to cut to create volume, so that you won't have to pull the hair apart to create volume. I think this is the final cut, or at least for now, because like I mentioned in my other crochet videos, over time I end up coming back and cutting more of it. So this is what it looks like. I kind of try to keep it shoulder length, and this is what the back looks like. Just try to keep like a natural, like twist out look. That's what I was going for. I think the color mix well. This is my go-to, number 2 and number 4. So like I said, I just use the spray bottle, wet it down just a little bit, cut it with an angle, cut it at an angle with some shears depending on the desired length that you want, and then that's pretty much it. You can also put mousse on this hair if you need to preserve the curl. It just depends on how long you wear it. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, you guys. It helps my channel. Leave me any comments in the comment section that you may have about this hair, y'all. And I'll see y'all in my next crochet with me. Bye, y'all.